What's up, guys? We're here at TNT facility with my strength and conditioning coach, Cipriano, also known as Sip, also known as Uncle. I could keep going all day, but today I'm gonna go in with you guys through my strength and conditioning workout. You're gonna see what helps me with my speed and my power. Obviously, God gifted. Thank the Lord all day long for my power and speed. It's so fast, use it for good, but then when I fight, I have to knock somebody out. But Sip helps strengthen it, got sharpened the tools. So you're gonna see how I do it today. Let's get it.
With only days remaining, Ryan Garcia's final camp doesn't feel loud or chaotic. It feels controlled, almost engineered. The atmosphere looks cold and intentional, like everything happening inside that gym is being measured for one specific purpose: beating Mario Barrios. There's no wasted movement, no unnecessary emotion, just repetition sharpened with focus. It doesn't look like a fighter chasing attention. It looks like someone building a weapon carefully and deliberately. And that kind of preparation is far more dangerous than flashy confidence. Watching the footage, what stands out is
today's our cardio day, baby. So stuff that we're doing today is not traditional, right? We're gonna be moving fast. We got 10 rounds, we got 30 seconds, simulating a 3-minute round with a minute break in between. Y'all better stop playing and get ready. All right, so here we go. Our first workout on this 10 rounds. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get down low, we're gonna explode, right? Which is gonna work that serratus muscle. So when Ryan takes his shot, everything is coming through here, and it's also the big boxer muscle.
There it is.
That's what we do.
Damn, only have 4. You already did 100 of them. There you go. Come on. Let's go, nephew. You get it.
I watch footage and there isn't speed or showmanship. It's the silence. You don't hear distractions. You hear gloves cracking against mitts and the steady rhythm of disciplined work. And Ryan shouts, "I will win this fight no matter what." It doesn't sound like promotion or hype. It sounds like commitment. Every punch looks purposeful instead of theatrical. There's no performance energy, just intensity directed inward. That shift from entertainment to execution changes the entire feel of this camp. It's hard not to. Think about how different this looks from the version of Ryan people criticized before. This is the same fighter who openly admitted he knew the Raleigh fight was a mistake.
Once again, a low impact on the body. So now we're going fast.
Keep hitting them halfway.
We're doing it quick. Once again, get that heart rate up.
There we go.
Good. Get them moving. Down point.
Great.
Come on, baby. 10 seconds. Come on. Got this. Come on, no working like you. Let's get this, baby. 5 seconds. Push that. Come on.
There we go. Look at that. Woo!
When he admits, saying he felt off throughout that camp and that his body wasn't responding the way it should. Instead of denying it, he owned it. That kind of honesty signals growth. It seems like he's correcting those errors with discipline, cutting out the distractions and rebuilding from the inside. That's not weakness, that's maturity. If this focused, disciplined Ryan walks into the ring, this fight stops being about spectacle and becomes about execution. No extra drama, no chasing viral moments, just calculated action. But while Ryan's camp feels intense and deliberate, Barrios brings a completely different energy. There's no screaming intention, no emotional declarations. Instead, there's quiet readiness. Sometimes
Circumstances are much different, after that year of suspension, it was much different circumstances. I was coming off of suspension, and during that suspension, I was drinking and partying and doing whatever I want for all the way through until they told me that I had to fight. My instincts told me not to. My body wasn't well, it had a lot of toxins in it, as you can imagine. A lot of stupid that I did. But when you have a lot of people in your ear and people are telling you can make $5 million, it's an easy fight, and but internally that it's not the right decision, and I didn't trust my heart and didn't trust my instincts, and I paid the price for it.
I'm listening and thinking, hold on. Sometimes the calmest side in a fight is the most dangerous one. When Barrios talks about camp, he sounds like someone who has already moved past motivation and into routine. He says he's tired of camp and just ready to show. The work he and Joe Gussin put in, it isn't boredom, it's discipline. Bringing in Gussin wasn't about reinventing himself. It was about refining what already works. For an experienced welterweight who is durable and patient, refinement can be a major upgrade. He even says staying uncomfortable is part of growth, which shows he embraces pressure rather than avoiding it. The most important thing Barrios says is that he wants to make Ryan uncomfortable and
team discipline, which is way more dangerous than emotional hype.
With all that experience, that's why I'm taking it into this fight. I've been in there, like I said, with Tank, who's very explosive, very quick. With Pacquiao, very awkward, like someone one of a kind. Thurman, who's a great movement, a big puncher. So yeah, I'm looking to just use everything that has got me to this point.
Test how badly he wants to be in there. That's not trash talk, that's strategy. It suggests pressure, patience, and forcing reactions instead of giving space. He dismisses the antics as irrelevant, which shows he's mentally locked in on the opponent, not the personality. When he speaks about ring IQ and experience, it sounds like a champion thinking about control, not chaos. And the fact that he expects the best version of Ryan shows discipline. There's no underestimation in his tone. Robert Garcia adds another layer by calling Ryan unpredictable. He doesn't deny the talent. In fact, he openly admits that a well-prepared Ryan could knock Barrios out. But he also points out the inconsistency. One version of Ryan looks unstoppable.
Old respect.
He has said it himself, right? You never know what you're gonna get from him. I also think that's what makes him a very dangerous opponent, and I'm not taking this fight lightly. Regardless of everything I might see on social media, everything people might tag me in. This is definitely a fight for both of us.
Another looks distracted. That uncertainty makes the fight volatile. When Robert questions the constant trainer changes and the move back to Ryan's father, it raises questions about structure and accountability. Stability in camp often reflects stability in the ring. What makes Robert's comments interesting is that he balances critique with support. He sees Ryan's potential to become one of the faces of boxing, yet he refuses to ignore the risks. That mix of belief and caution mirrors how many fans feel. There's excitement about what Ryan could be, but hesitation about whether everything will align at the right moment. The addition of Joe Guson to Barrios' corner also can't be ignored. Guson understands Ryan's style and tendencies, and that kind of knowledge can sharpen a game plan. If Ryan lands clean early, his explosiveness could change everything instantly. But if Barrios keeps it controlled, drags it into later rounds, and forces adjustments, the pressure could shift dramatically.
Thinking that inconsistency narrative is exactly why this fight feels volatile instead of predictable.
Ryan is one of those kids that we don't know. If he comes out and has that great training camp and great preparation, is in great shape, he could go out and win by knockout, but we don't know. We don't know.
One version is a highlight machine.
This becomes a battle between unpredictability and experience. Greg Hackett approaches it from a trust perspective. He doesn't question Ryan's skill, he questions reliability. That's a serious concern in a championship fight. He references the Raleigh bout as a moment where self-doubt appeared, suggesting mindset stability matters just as much as power. At the same time, Hackett acknowledges Barrios has had tactical inconsistencies too. That makes this matchup complicated. Neither fighter is flawless. In the end, Hackett leans toward Barrios because of conditioning and composure. He predicts a decision victory, but admits a Ryan knockout wouldn't surprise him. That contradiction captures the entire fight. Ryan's explosiveness can end it at any moment, but his consistency remains the big question. The real tension isn't talent, it's stability under pressure. Which version shows up when it matters?